My name is Lisa, and I am a working housewife. I live with my husband Noah, daughter Madison, and my in-laws in their home. On this day.
I kind of want to sleep like a log.
Oh, what's gotten into you all of a sudden?
Daddy, are you tired from the morning?
No, it's not really that I'm tired or anything.
Well, if that's the case, you don't need to sleep so heavily like a log.
I just like the sound of it, sleeping like a log.
No, to sleep like a log, you need to be completely worn out, don't you? Not being able to sleep like a log in itself is a blessing.
That's right. It would be nice just to get a good night's sleep.
I just like the idea of my body being fully focused on sleeping. It feels, I don't know, nice.
Feels nice, you say?
Madison, dear, it seems like Daddy will play a lot with you today.
Yay. Then, Daddy, let's do the ender.
Ho ho, if you play a lot, you might indeed sleep like a log. And what is this ender you're talking about?
It's a kind of gymnastic routine with a cactus theme, but it has a weird twist.
All right, Madison, stand on Daddy's knees. Now?
Dear, UI.
Is that perhaps imitating a movie?
No, I doubt they did that on the deck of a ship.
At a glance, our home might seem peaceful. But when I'm alone with mother-in-law.
Lisa, dear, letting such a small child perform gymnastics like that is quite reckless, don't you think?
Well, I didn't really encourage her to.
Hush, as a mother and as a daughter-in-law, what are you thinking not stepping in? I feel so sorry for Madison being raised by someone like you.
You don't have to put it that way.
Oh, if you think so, then don't give me reasons to say such things. To begin with, if you were responsible, I wouldn't have to say these things.
But what happened earlier wasn't really something to be so concerned about.
Dak, you've been talking back a lot lately. All you need to do is just listen to what I say without talking back.
This person, my troublesome mother-in-law, always finds a way to be nasty when we're alone. And what's even more complicated?
Wow, so that ship is still underwater?
Yeah, they didn't raise it to preserve its original form.
If they tried to lift it, it might break.
So, if it would break, then it can't be helped.
By the way, Lisa, is there anything you're troubled with recently?
I'm good friends with Lisa, so if there's anything you want to talk about, feel free to share.
Thank you. I appreciate it. In front of Noah and others, she would put on a perfect act as a wonderful mother-in-law. I was even impressed by her convincing performance. Then, one day, as this life continued.
You should be grateful, Lisa dear. You have a job, right?
Yes. What job are you referring to?
There's a family gathering this weekend. I want you to prepare for it by yourself.
This weekend. And all by myself.
Well, before you complain, don't you have things to do? You better start preparing now so everything is ready in time.
Suddenly informed of this gathering, I scrambled to get everything prepared. From preparing dishes for over 10 people to arranging gifts, there was so much to do. Yet, mother-in-law only seemed to enjoy watching me panic. The weekend arrived, and somehow I managed to finish everything in time for the gathering. Just as I was about to start cleaning up after everyone had left, mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, Muriel, approached. Well, now that everyone has left, I should start cleaning up.
Oh, please. Lisa, you haven't finished cleaning yet.
I was seeing the guests out, so I'll start cleaning now.
It must be so hard for you, mother-in-law, having to discipline someone like her.
Muriel.
Exactly, Muriel dear. Lisa talks big, but she can't actually do anything, right?
Oh my. Not listening to the wise words of mother-in-law? That's so bad. And today's dish, what was that? It tasted so bad.
I tasted it properly.
Muriel, you thought so too. It really was terrible. I felt like I was eating trash. And yet, you dared to slack off without cleaning. That's gutsy of you.
I was handing out gifts to everyone until just now. I couldn't get around to it.
I told you, no excuses. That should have been done quickly.
Oh, you're just lying to make us clean up for you. How sly.
I didn't mean to.
Listen, I am your mother-in-law, okay? If you can't listen to me, then I don't recognize you as part of this family. Maybe you should just leave this house right now.
Get out, get out. Ahaha.
Muriel has a personality similar to mother-in-law's and would always join in with her whenever they met. That day, I was nagged and taunted by both of them, and they even told me to leave. At that moment, reaching my breaking point.
Understood. I will then leave.
Huh? What's with that attitude? I told you I am your mother-in-law, didn't I? Have you forgotten already?
I mean, if you're leaving, fine, but make sure you clean up before you go.
Enough is enough. Every single time, you always nag and complain. If you want it cleaned up so badly, why don't both of you help? Instead of using your mouths, how about moving your hands?
What? What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
Why are you suddenly getting angry? I don't get it.
It's not suddenly. I've been angry this whole time. You always treat me horribly. I've reached my limit. I don't need to clean up someone else's house. You and your family can handle it.
As I let out my emotions and prepared to leave the house.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
I'm going back to my parents' house.
Calm down. You don't really need to leave, do you?
You were the ones who told me to leave. I've had enough.
What? Why are you acting so childish? You have your own duties, right? Don't just abandon them halfway.
That's right, you raised your voice at us earlier. Who do you think you are? Even if you apologize after leaving, I won't forgive you.
Hey, what's all this noise about?
Noah, Lisa is stubbornly insisting on leaving and causing trouble.
What? Lisa is leaving.
That's not true, Dad. Madison saw everything. Grandma and Aunt Muriel were telling Mom to leave.
Madison, is that true?
Ugh, you were watching.
No, Noah, we didn't say anything like that.
Madison probably just felt that way because she's close to her mom.
That's not true. Madison saw it clearly.
While Madison relayed the truth to the arriving Noah, mother-in-law and Muriel insisted it was all a misunderstanding. Just then.
Well, is what was said just now true?
Hey, Mom, Muriel, what's going on?
Both of you, don't look at us like that. We just kindly pointed out to Lisa that she was slacking off and not cleaning up.
Exactly, and we were really gentle in guiding her. But Lisa suddenly blew up. If anything, we're the victims here.
That's nonsense. Lisa was just with us seeing off the guests until now, saying she was slacking. Are you implying she's neglecting us?
And if you both had free hands, why didn't you help clean up? It seems to me you two are the real slackers here.
Now listen, Noah, why should we have to clean up? We left everything to Lisa today, so cleaning up is her responsibility, isn't it?
Besides, Lisa is always so slow at everything, and she can't even cook properly. If things are left as they are, it's Lisa's fault. Why should we have to pick up her slack?
Hey, Mom's cooking was delicious. If you have so many complaints, maybe Aunt Muriel should cook.
That's right. Lisa's cooking is 100 times better than Muriel's. Her food was of a quality we could proudly serve to anyone. What's your problem with it?
You don't get it, Hiram. Lisa's cooking didn't satisfy mother-in-law. And yet, all the relatives praised Lisa. It's really irritating to see.
Without showing me any respect, she acts so forward despite being the daughter-in-law. Since she seemed clueless, I simply took it upon myself to guide her, and then she raises her voice at me. How rude.
It's as if words fall on deaf ears. Or rather, mother-in-law and Muriel seem completely unaware of their wrongdoing. Upon hearing their complaints, Noah.
What the? Both of you sound like entirely different people. Don't tell me. Have you always treated Lisa like this?
What? No, of course not. Well, today, let's just say, it's one of those days where I'm a bit edgy, and so.
Please don't try to deflect with such excuses. This is the recording from earlier. After listening to this, will both of you still say the same thing?
No way. This is even worse than before.
Worse? What do you mean? I didn't do anything wrong. What's wrong with educating an ill-mannered daughter-in-law? This is an issue between a mother-in-law and her daughter-in-law. No one else should interfere.
I understand mother-in-law the best. That's why I was assisting her. Everyone has their own way of communicating, right? We were just doing our part. In fact, it's Lisa, who's so incapable and spiteful, that's at fault for making us say such things.
Are you kidding? No matter the reason, such cruel behavior can never be justified.
Pretending to be friendly most of the time makes it all the more sinister.
You knew you'd get blamed once found out, didn't you? Imitating the mother-in-law's toxic ways, aren't you ashamed?
It's far more embarrassing to have such a daughter-in-law in public.
Stay out of our business.
So that's why you were down at times. Lisa, I'm sorry I didn't realize.
No. I'm sorry for not speaking up sooner.
Lisa, I must also apologize. I'm deeply sorry for our family's actions.
Me too. Muriel, I'm sorry. I never imagined you'd do something like this.
Hold on, Dad. There's no need to apologize. Everything is Lisa's fault. I've done nothing wrong.
Even Hiram is apologizing. Are you trying to make me look bad?
With father-in-law and Hiram sincerely apologizing, and the ever-selfish mother-in-law and Muriel getting angry, You two really get along, don't you? Is that because both of you are having affairs?
Wah. Excuse me? What are you suddenly accusing us of?
Really, now you've even started lying. You should be ashamed.
Please don't play dumb. The reason you two are so close is because you bond over affairs, right? And because I'm not like that, I'm treated as an outsider, right?
What? Muriel, is this true? You had an affair.
An affair at your age. What were you thinking?
Wait, both of you. Don't take Lisa's nonsense at face value. We would never do something so indecent.
Listen, Lisa. If you're so set on painting us as adulterers, bring some proof or evidence. Making wild accusations without any evidence is extreme even for you.
Okay, here you go. I had a friend gather this evidence. What do you think? It clearly shows the nature of your relationship, doesn't it?
This is from that time. How did you get this?
Damn. Seriously? Why did you have your friend get this?
I once overheard a certain conversation by chance. Father-in-law, big brother, I'll give you this video later.
Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate it. I think you know what's coming, but we're getting a divorce. Leave this house.
What? Wait, please.
Wait, Hiram, we're not getting a divorce, right?
You are always out using my money and coming home late. Now it all makes sense. I'm disillusioned with Muriel. There's no reason for us to stay together. We're also getting a divorce. From now on, enjoy your life with your affair partner.
What? After all, Hiram, you're useless most of the time. If you think you can have the same lifestyle after divorcing me, you're sorely mistaken.
Seeing Muriel, who had been served with divorce, start to spout nonsense. Muriel, you know my brother-in-law is quite skilled at housework and cooking, right?
He's been adept at it since we were young. He used to make late-night snacks for me.
Didn't I say there's no reason not to divorce? Who do you think has been handling the house chores when you weren't home?
Wah. Ugh. I can't even retort.
Hold on. This is just too pitiful for Muriel. Please, let's just overlook this just this once.
What are you saying? If anyone is pitiable here, it's Hiram.
It seems like the ones who will be outcasts in this house are Grandma and Aunt Muriel.
Noah, please help us.
Noah, please, if this continues, we'll be left out on the streets.
Why are you turning to me? And there's no way I'd help. This is what you both deserve. I have no intention to help you now or ever. Consider our relationship severed.
Same goes for me. I'll cut ties. Don't ever show your faces again.
Also, I'll be letting the wives of your affair partners know about your affairs. It might be wise to start looking for a job now.
Wah, wait, please don't do that.
We'll apologize, we truly will. So, please overlook this one incident.
There's no reason or rationale to overlook this. Give it up.
You two can have a spicy second life together. Best wishes.
It's none of my business how it turns out, but do take care.
No. In such a short time, I've lost everything.
Wah. What do we do? How are we going to survive from here on?
You should live honestly, try hard without hurting anyone. That should be enough.
On that note, both of you,
Bye.
And so, with their heads hung low, mother-in-law and Muriel left the family home. Afterward, both the in-laws and Hiram divorced Muriel, each demanding alimony. The mistresses of mother-in-law and Muriel also demanded compensation. To pay these sums, mother-in-law and Muriel had to take out loans from multiple consumer lenders, incurring a massive debt. They managed to rent a cheap apartment and began working desperately. But, perhaps due to stress and their inherent personalities, they started to argue every time they met. Consequently, having lost everything, they faced a life overwhelmed by work and debt, enduring unending mentally and physically draining days.
As for our family,
Today's a perfect day for a picnic, isn't it?
Indeed, it's a crisp, clear day, just perfect for it.
Look, Daddy, so many bubbles.
Wow, they're all shimmering and beautiful. Hey, bro, can you make even more? So Madison gets buried in bubbles.
You know, this is harder than it looks. And why don't you come over here and help blow them?
Ho-ho, you three seem to be having a blast.
Yes, Madison seems genuinely happy playing so freely.
I want to blow bubbles too.
All right, Madison, let's cover Daddy in bubbles.
Here, let's get him all bubbly.
What's this bubbly? Oh, well, that's a lot of bubbles.
The scene changes quite a bit without Madison.
Because there's a grown man playing alone with bubbles.
Hey, Lisa, Dad, I can hear you, you know?
From that time on, we lived harmoniously at the in-laws' house. Hiram rented an apartment nearby and often played with Madison. On this particular day, we all went on a picnic in the local park. Spontaneously wanting to play, Noah bought some bubbles. Watching Noah jumping around trying to catch all the bubbles, well, it's indescribable. Apparently, he wanted to capture a photo of Madison surrounded by bubbles, but I suspect he's completely forgotten that by now. And so, I took photos of the trio enjoying themselves, spending a peaceful time with our family. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more great content. Just click on the subscribe button below, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload a new video. See you in the next one.